So I ended up doing this this particle burst here, and you can see these flares that are, I think they're rather large. I did that last because I really needed, there was no impact when these energy balls happened. I wanted more of a punch because I charged up, I built up with the anticipation of the electricity, and it was really dull without this extra burst to like really bring it alive. So this is the choice that I made, and it was a really simple effect. Well, it took a lot of iteration to get right. The same. Oh, and so I did end up doing it last. And where are we? It should be around 120. So it's a RGB again, an RGB pass, but it has a lighting model on it, and it is something I picked up from. I think I already talked about this. I picked it up from Matt Cordner. We wanted a self-shadowing particle pass, much like the Krakatoa look, and so he figured out how to get that done. Okay, so here is the file, and what I do is I basically take the energy balls, I copy it. So again, it's derived off of what I've done previously. And what I do, let's see here. Is it because I have scattered points? Oh, yeah, there we go. So as soon as they're born, they die. So I'm just scattering points on the surface, and that's my emitter. And then I give them some color, and I delete them. So as we can see, the important part is we cover it. There's the emission turbulence, with this turbulence node I made. And then I remove the points based on color in red. And so, and then that gives me sort of a noisy burst. And I put turbulence on it again. And I multiply, I put that black and white value into the I believe I put it into the life. Yeah, I do. And so what that does is that gives that was a really important look at this because I have patches of particles that live longer than these ones. So I put noise on their life, and I really like the look, what that does. And so that's something I do quite often. So noise on velocity, life, direction, really everything you can imagine. And so in this one, it's actually a flip solve, and with a gas turbulence and a pop drag, you can put pop forces. And this air resistance was pretty instrumental in getting it to look right. So I did a lot of testing with the pop solver. I would just wire in my stuff here to get it going, and testing the impact speed, and then I'd put it through the flip. And as you can see, it's really simple. Here's a gas turbulence, flip solve, pop drag, and then a source, and then I'm done. And so 10 million particles emission on that one. And that's really it. So, but it took a lot of tuning. This one, it took a fair amount of time before I got it right. The last element would be the flare burst. And really this is the same thing. I copied it, except there's no flip. It's just these small particles that come out and they burst. So you could probably see them. Where are they? Oh, there they are. So bam. So those are just some dumb particles. And I guess actually another initial thing, I don't know if I talked about this, I think I can fit it in, is this initial shockwave at the beginning. And I wanted to match it up to the circular theme, so really it's this shockwave that's kind of spinning. So it has And this guy, it has some rotating geometry. Let's see if we can. Oh, there it is. And so this is actually the original geometry from the previs, and I really like the anime shapes and that I see in anime, and I wanted my project to sort of have that feel. There's a lot of inspiration from watching Bleach and how they do their effects, and so I wanted to take this shape here and emit off of it. So it looks quite a bit different when you have a fluid on it. It might work in a case, like I might try this again for like a stylized impact. And so this is basically general SOP stuff. And I bring in the energy ball for velocity, and I just emit smoke off of it. So very, very straightforward. I'm just sourcing in the smoke, sourcing in the energy ball to like break it up, and then I just have a bunch of turbulence on it. I don't use sharpening. Sharpening really introduces a lot of artifacts for me, especially when I combine it with disturbance, so I don't really like it at all. So very simple shockwave being animated off of complex geometry. So we're at 7 minutes here, and I like to keep these things under 5 minutes, so I'm a little bit over. So this one was, this initial burst with the shock wave, the tiny particles that, oh, there they are, like these guys, and then the liquid burst. So again, 3, dominant, subdominant, and then accent. So for this, the shockwave, like it's a little bit of a battle. I'd say this burst is dominant, this would be subdominant, or it might tie into the shockwave, and then the tiny particles are the accents, these guys right there. So that is, I think that's it. We're done. We're done the energy one. So thank you very much for watching. On to the big explosion.